Welcome back, everyone. And I just wanted to take a moment to discuss something really quickly. Something I've always wanted to talk about on camera. I've always talked about it primarily in, damn, is my head shining? Look at that shine. Sometimes I kind of wish I just go completely bald. I think I'd look a lot more handsome. That's just my opinion. Anyhow, this is something I've touched on in comment sections and stuff before, but I never, uh, I never really got to do a video about it. And I thought this was a good time, considering that Mr. Let me find the article real quick because I can't remember the dude's name. Yeah, Dave Cox is leaving Konami. Now he was more recently involved with the creation of Castlevania: Lords of Shadow. That was a good game to an extent. Okay, number one, I didn't like the music. I hate the Hollywood-sounding music, especially when everything has that tone. The Castlevania series has been known for having some very unique, very awesome music. Some of it sounds like a mix of symphony and pop. Some of it are rock, or maybe a metal. Yeah, a metal slash symphony. Or they borrowed all kinds of music and kind of blended together this tasty treat for the ears. Unfortunately, to me, I don't feel that way about Lords of Shadow. I think Lords of Shadow, the music sucked big time. I also disliked the story and the plot were horrible to me. Well, maybe not horrible. If the game had been something else, if they didn't put Castlevania in the title, then yeah, I could have probably got behind it more. But the fact that it was supposed to be a Castlevania game really just, ugh, it left a bad taste in my mouth. First off, the fact that a Belmont is Dracula. What? No, I hated that. That was stupid. Uh, they completely ignored everything that's been set in place until now when it comes to the series. They ignored all of it. They basically, it was a reboot, basically. And I like to look at it as something on the side. It was an offshoot. It's over now. Castlevania Lords of Shadow 1 was one of the best games ever. And then supposedly, I think Lords of Shadow 2 was one of the worst Castlevanias ever. I still rather just not even call them Castlevania games. I'd rather just go by that subtitle: Lords of Shadow, Lords of Shadows. Is Lords of Shadows or Lords of Shadow? Yeah, Lords of Shadow and Lords of Shadow 2. I don't want to put Castlevania anywhere in the fucking title. They weren't Castlevania games to me. I'm sorry. I didn't. I think I would have liked it a little more if, number one, that I realized that the original series was run into a brick wall because of whatever that dude's name is, like Igarashi. Igarashi kind of got it all scrambled up a bit there. He left Konami already, actually. I think he got inspired by the fact that Keiji Inafune left and started working on stuff that he wanted to work on. And basically, he's coming up with a new Mega Man, Beck, Mighty Number 9! Which I think they should change the titling. I don't think it should literally be a 9. I think it should be the word 9. I think it should be Mighty Number, Number, 9. Mighty Number 9. That should have been the way it was. Putting literally a 9 in the title makes it, oh God, how do I say this? Putting a 9 in the title, it makes it look like it's the 9th installment. I'm sorry. I know that's not what it's meant for, but if they actually spelled out 9 instead of using an actual number 9, I just think that would have been better. But Igarashi saw what was going down, and I think he's trying to do the same with Castlevania. Make his own Castlevania, only not call it Castlevania. You can't copyright some things. Just you can't. Uh, if you could actually copyright something that Sony Battle or PlayStation All Star Battle Royale, that would have that Nintendo would have sued Sony for that. If you could sue anybody for taking a gameplay idea, mechanic, whatever. But Igarashi, I think, is planning his own Castlevania. I think I mentioned this before. I had my own idea for a Castlevania-ish kind of game. I've been working on art. I've been working on pixel art, just all kinds of stuff. I'm not a programmer, so that's where it ends. It ends with artistic. That's it, artistic expression. What I'd like to see in a game. But back to the topic of Lords of Shadow, I didn't like it. Didn't like it. Here's the funny part. When Lords of Shadow 2 was announced, I actually got interested. Isn't that funny how it works? When they do something that everybody else is interested in, it works out well. And then for me, I notice as soon as it's something I take interest in, everybody else isn't interested. Lords of Shadow 2 didn't work out. People didn't like it, but I was more drawn into that. It was some cool ideas going on there. You were fighting mechs, guys in mechs. To me, that was pretty cool. Yeah, I know that wasn't cool to everybody, but yeah. Don't even get me started on the 3DS game. Yeah, don't even get me started there. That said, I think it was a really bad game. Part 2 looked like it was cool, and I would have got into it. I'm gonna take these off. These are pinching my nose and causing a buildup of yuck. Anyhow, yeah, I always wanted to talk about that. I know a lot of people are going to get pissed and go, "You're wrong! It was the most amazing game ever! It was the best Castlevania. You're wrong. The music was awesome. The story and plot was awesome. You're wrong." As if I'm stating fact. As if I'm sitting here and saying that this is how it is. That it is equivalently, I don't know what words to use. I try to use fancy words, but it doesn't work out all the time. This is an exequential flop. It was horrible. I hate it. It's fact. It's fact that it's a piece of shit. It's fact that the music sucked. It's fact that the plot and story were crap. It's all fact. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. No, it's just my own thoughts and opinion on the matter, you dipshit son of a bitch. Or a bitch of a bitch. I don't know. You know, whatever kind of asshole looks at this video, and they exist. Those kind of people exist. But I'm not stating it as fact. It's subjective. This is how I feel about it. I thought it was crap. I didn't like the story. I didn't like that it detoured from what we were some of the things that were established. The fact that a Belmont becomes Dracula. That's what bugged me. It wasn't hard to swallow playing as Dracula being a good guy. That wasn't hard to swallow because that happened in Area of Sorrow and Dawn of Sorrow. You essentially were playing as a rebirth of Dracula. So that wasn't hard to swallow. So part 2 wasn't hard to swallow. For me. So that's always interesting. That's kind of like the same situation with the new Call of Duty. I take notice and go, oh wow, they're using their imaginations. They're coming up with something cool and unique and just well imagined, very well imagined. Okay, I'm interested in this. Every other Call of Duty fan, what the hell, man? What the fuck is this shit? Oh man, what the fuck they thinking, man? What the fuck? Fuck! I don't want to play this garbage. What? I don't like imagination. I like realism. I don't want to blow up mechs. I want to blow up people's heads. That is what I hear from you. That is what it sounds like every time I read a comment with somebody bitching about such stupid shit. What is wrong with gamers today? I'll tell you what's wrong, and I've said it before. Dude bro gamers. Yeah, totally, man. Dude pro gamers, you know. Dude pro gamers, they're like, you know, I just want to blow somebody's heads up and it has to be realistic. You shouldn't do anything imaginative. No, that's a bad idea. That's a very terrible idea. You shouldn't do it. That is one of my many voices. They randomly come out. That's one of my random voices. You know, it kind of sounds like an old man. Kinda, but kinda not. Huh. Woo-ha! I don't know. All right, I'm done complaining. I'm done talking about this subject. We're done. By the way, as a reminder, next week sometime I'm going to be doing a review of a piece of hardware. Yeah, it's the first time ever I'm going to be doing something like that. Well, actually, not quite. I did kind of review this little gadget right here, kind of. It's already getting some wear and tear on it. It's barely noticeable, but it's already got this little scratched up, bruisey looking part right here on the back. The screen has got some slight abrasions. Not too terrible, though. It's still pretty good shape. I keep having to clean it, and I keep having to, yeah, do stuff to make it look better, but kind of did a review of this. I'm going to do a proper review, though, of what I'm fixing to get. I'm not going to say what I'm getting, but I'm getting something, and I'm going to review it. You're not going to see my face. I'm basically going to focus the camera on the object and unbox it and talk about it. It's an object that other people have already reviewed on YouTube, but I'm going to just go ahead and do my own take on it. See how that goes out. Anytime I can get new hardware, I'm going to start doing these unboxings and reviews and things such as that. But alright, this has been the Goof, and yeah, if you're offended, it's because you want to be offended. But yeah, I'm hoping for better with the next Castlevania installment. I think they might have learned their lesson that it's not good to go with modern times in a Castlevania game. It can work if it's done right, but it's never done right. I think that's the problem. A modern take is okay if you can do it right, and nobody can do it right. I always look at a modern take on Castlevania as being Silent Hill-ish. Not quite, more action-oriented. I think that would be a good way to go. You're in some modern setting, but everything's wrong. I think that would be a good idea for the Castlevania series. Anyhow, and that's it. You all have a fantastic day, night. Hamburgers.